All right, buckle up, buttercups. Prepare to peel back the layers of expectation and step into the messy, joyous, and utterly real world of embracing your imperfections. I'm Dr. Thrive, and I've spent years helping folks like you unlock their potential, not by striving for some unattainable ideal, but by radically accepting exactly who they are, right now. This isn't about becoming perfect. Throw that idea right out the window. Embrace your imperfections. The Guide to Wholehearted Living and Self-Worth isn't a manual for flawlessness. It's a lifeline for those of us drowning in the pressure to be good enough, to measure up, to constantly compare. It's about ditching the impossible standards and finding genuine joy and connection in your perfectly imperfect life. Think of it this way. Have you ever seen a perfectly manicured garden? Lines are straight, every flower is facing the same direction. Impressive, sure, but kinda boring, right? Now picture a wild meadow overflowing with different colors, shapes, and textures. Some flowers are tall, some are small, some are even a little wilted. But the life in that meadow is undeniable. It's vibrant, buzzing, and utterly captivating. That meadow is you, and me, and everyone else struggling under the weight of should. This book is your guide to cultivating your own thriving meadow. We'll be digging deep to uncover the self-limiting beliefs holding you back. We'll be learning how to quiet the inner critic, whose voice sounds suspiciously like your disapproving aunt. And most importantly, we'll be building a fortress of self-compassion and self-acceptance, brick by imperfect brick. Each chapter is designed to be accessible, practical, and relatable. I'll share stories, both my own stumbles and the triumphant leaps of the amazing people I've worked with. I'll give you simple, actionable exercises to help you integrate these concepts into your daily life. This isn't about armchair philosophy. It's about real, tangible change. What will you gain from reading this? Let me paint you a picture. You'll learn to silence that inner critic. Imagine a life where your inner voice is a cheerleader, not a judge. You'll find the courage to be authentic. You'll be able to show up as your true self without fear of judgment. You'll build stronger, more meaningful relationships. Connection thrives on vulnerability, and vulnerability thrives on self-acceptance. You'll experience greater joy and fulfillment. When you stop chasing perfection, you're free to appreciate the beauty of the present moment. You'll cultivate unshakable self-worth, that inner knowing that you are inherently worthy of love and belonging, regardless of your achievements or imperfections. This book isn't a quick fix. It's a journey to a more authentic, joyful, and fulfilling life. A journey fueled by self-compassion and paved with the courage to embrace your perfectly imperfect self. Are you ready to begin? All right, my friend. Buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into dismantling a huge lie that's been holding you back for far too long. Get ready to drop the baggage of perfection and start living a life that's real, vibrant, and yours. Chapter 1. The Myth of Perfection, Why It's Holding You Back. Listen up. Perfection is a fairy tale. A beautifully packaged, photo-filtered, completely unattainable fairy tale that we've been force-fed since, well, forever. Think about it. From the perfect grades we were supposed to get, to the perfect body we were told to achieve, to the perfect career path. It's all a setup. And what does this constant striving for perfect actually do? It paralyzes us. It keeps us hiding in the shadows, afraid to take risks, terrified of making mistakes. We become so focused on avoiding imperfection that we miss out on the beautiful messiness of life. Society throws this perfect image at us relentlessly. Look at social media. It's a highlight reel, a carefully curated collection of only the best moments. We compare our behind the scenes to everyone else's greatest hits and feel like we're failing. Newsflash, you're not failing, you're just being human. But it's not just societal pressure, is it? Our own anxieties play a huge role. That little voice in your head that whispers, "You're not good enough." That voice thrives on the myth of perfection. It tells you that you need to be flawless to be worthy of love, acceptance, and success. It's a dirty, rotten lie. Imagine a young artist, Leo. Leo wants to paint a masterpiece, but is so afraid of not making it perfect that Leo never puts brush to canvas. Leo spends time imagining what others might think, how it doesn't come out perfectly, How he is not good enough as he envisions and never creates his art. How sad is that? All that potential locked away by the fear of imperfection. The truth, the pursuit of perfection is a dead-end street. It breeds procrastination, anxiety, and ultimately prevents genuine connection. It stops you from trying new things, from sharing your gifts with the world, and from truly being you. So right here, right now, let's smash this myth to pieces. It's time to embrace the beautiful imperfection of being human. It's time to stop striving for flawless and start striving for authentic. Are you ready to break free? I thought so. Now let's get to work. All right, my friends, buckle up because we're about to dive headfirst into something amazing. Wholehearted living. Forget the picture-perfect images society shoves down our throats. Forget the idea that you need to be flawless or constantly happy to be living your best life. That's all hogwash. Wholehearted living isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about having the courage to show up, even when you're not feeling your best. It's about embracing vulnerability, authenticity, and heaps of self-compassion. Think of it like this. Imagine a stained glass window. The beauty isn't in each individual piece of glass being perfect. It's in the way all the pieces, even the cracked and flawed ones, come together to create something breathtakingly beautiful. That's you. Your imperfections, your struggles, your vulnerabilities, they all contribute to the beauty of who you are. Now, vulnerability, I know that word can sound scary. It's about allowing yourself to be seen, truly seen, with all your quirks and imperfections. Think of a time you shared something deeply personal with someone you trusted. Remember that flutter of anxiety? That's vulnerability. And when they responded with understanding and empathy, that's connection. Without vulnerability, we can't truly connect and experience real joy. Authenticity is about showing up as you, not the you think you should be, not the you everyone else expects you to be, but the real you. It's like choosing to wear your favorite comfy sweater instead of a stiff, itchy suit just to impress someone. It means aligning your actions with your beliefs, even when it's hard. Finally, self-compassion. This, my friends, is your inner cheerleader. It's the kindness you show yourself when you mess up, when you stumble, when you're just having a rough day. Imagine a little kid, Alex, learning to ride a bike. They fall, they scrape their knee. Do you yell at Alex? Of course not. You offer comfort, encouragement, and maybe a Band-Aid. That's self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer a friend. Wholehearted living is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a daily practice of choosing courage over comfort, authenticity over perfection, and self-compassion above all else. It's not easy, but trust me, it's worth it. Because when you embrace your whole imperfect self, you open yourself up to a world of joy, connection, and meaning. Let's dive in, shall we? Okay, friend, let's ignite that courage. Chapter 3, The Courage to be Seen, Daring Greatly Even When You're Afraid. All right, listen up. How often have you held back, kept your mouth shut, hidden a part of yourself because fear? I know, me too. We're all in the same boat. But guess what? We can start rowing in a different direction right now. This chapter is about showing up. Full stop. It's about having the guts to be seen, truly seen, even when that little voice in your head is screaming, "Don't do it. They'll judge you. They won't like you." That voice? We'll call him Freddy Fear. Freddy Fear is a liar. He thrives on keeping you small, safe, and hidden, as if you will get hurt if you share who you really are. Vulnerability. That's where the magic happens. I know, it sounds scary. Vulnerability is the willingness to say, "This is me." Imperfect, maybe a little messy, but real. It's dancing like nobody's watching, even if they actually are. The biggest thing holding us back is the fear of judgment and rejection. Seriously, we're terrified of what people will think. We craft this perfect image of ourselves, terrified of showing the cracks. But here's the truth. Those cracks? That's where the light gets in. Those imperfections make you interesting, relatable, and incredibly human. Let's talk tactics. How do we face Freddy Fear? 1. Name your fears. Write down what you're really afraid of. Is it rejection, failure, embarrassment? Getting specific defangs those monsters. 2. Challenge the story. Once you write them down, look at each item on why they aren't true. For almost everything, there is enough evidence and examples to show exactly the opposite of what the fear is. 3. Start small. Don't try to leap into a swimming pool when it is cold. Baby steps. Share that opinion you've always been hesitant to voice. Tell someone you like them. Show your artwork, however imperfect. Little by little, you'll build your courage muscles. 4. Remember your why. Why do you want to be seen? What's important to you? Connection? Authenticity? Purpose? Keep your why close to your heart, and it'll fuel you when fear tries to sabotage you. 5. Focus on your opinion of you. People are always going to give their opinions, and that is okay so long as you can accept the valid ones and dismiss the ones that are simply about someone else's agenda. John always wanted to sing in a band. However, because one person said he couldn't sing, he spent 30 years quietly wondering. After starting a course on life skills, he started to take singing lessons, followed by acting and dancing. At 55, he is happier than he has ever been because he is doing something he really wanted to do, and it is also helping him in other aspects of his life. You've got this. The world needs you, the real you. Now go out there, be brave, and let yourself be seen. All right, superstar, grab your metaphorical sweatpants and a cup of something warm, because we're diving deep into a topic that will absolutely revolutionize your life. Self-compassion, your inner ally through tough times. Listen, you are amazing, but even amazing people trip, stumble, and sometimes faceplant into a pile of metaphorical mud. What happens when you do? Do you beat yourself up? Do you unleash a torrent of nasty inner criticism? Stop! Self-compassion is about being kind to yourself, especially when things go wrong. Think about a good friend. Let's say Maria, a talented baker, overbakes her cake for a big party. Would you yell at Maria, call her names, and tell her she's a failure? No way. You'd probably hug her, tell her it happens to everyone, and maybe even help her whip up a new batch. Why not treat yourself with that same level of kindness? That's self-compassion. It's recognizing you're human, imperfect, and worthy of love. Anyway, it's not about letting yourself off the hook or making excuses. It's about acknowledging your pain, understanding that suffering is a part of being human, and choosing to be kind, understanding, and patient with yourself instead of critical or judgmental. Here's a simple exercise to get you started. When you're struggling, try this. 1. Acknowledge the pain. Say to yourself, or out loud, this is a moment of suffering. 2. Remember common humanity. Remind yourself that suffering is a part of life. Everyone makes mistakes. 3. Offer yourself kindness. Put your hand on your heart and say, may I be kind to myself, or may I give myself the compassion I need. This simple practice can completely shift your perspective, helping you navigate tough times with grace and resilience. Self-compassion isn't a weakness. It's a superpower. It's the fuel that keeps you going, the hand that helps you back up, and the voice that reminds you. You are enough, even with your imperfections. Embrace it. All right, champions. Buckle up because we're about to tackle something huge. Authenticity. This isn't some fluffy concept. It's the bedrock of a vibrant, joyful, kick-ass life. Think of it as removing all the masks and showing your true, shining face to the world. This chapter is all about ditching those pesky shoulds and embracing your powerful is. What are shoulds? Oh, they're those nagging voices whispering or shouting what you think you ought to be doing. You should be a doctor. You should be married by now. You should want that promotion. Sound familiar? These expectations, often from family, friends, or society, can strangle your spirit and lead you down paths that aren't truly yours. Now, is your inner compass. It's what you genuinely believe, value, and desire. It's your truth, plain and simple. Living in alignment with your is like finally breathing fresh air after being trapped in a stuffy room. Think of Alex. Alex always loved art, but their family pushed them towards a stable career in accounting. For years, Alex felt a constant disconnect, a subtle unhappiness. It wasn't until Alex realized the weight of the imposed should. I should have a safe, predictable career, and faced the risk of pursuing their true passion for painting, their is, that their life truly began to blossom. So how do you ditch the shoulds and embrace your is? First, get quiet, really quiet. Start paying attention to those internal voices. Ask yourself, whose voice is that? Is that me talking? Or someone else's expectation echoing in my head? Journaling is a fantastic tool for this. Write down your thoughts, fears, and desires. Uncover the real you hiding underneath all the layers of societal pressure. Second, identify your values. What matters most to you? Honesty, creativity, kindness, adventure? Once you know your values, you can use them as a filter. Does a particular opportunity or decision align with your core values? If not, it might be a should masquerading as an is. This isn't easy, folks. It takes courage to stand up for your truth, especially when it goes against the grain. People might judge you, disagree with you, or even try to dissuade you. But remember, your happiness is worth fighting for. Embrace the beautiful, imperfect, authentic you. The world needs your unique spark. Now go out there and be your brilliant is. Why? Alright, champions, let's talk about a subject that's super important for your well-being: setting boundaries. Think of your energy like a mobile phone battery. You start the day fully charged, ready to conquer, but talking to energy-draining friends, working extra hours without reward, and agreeing to things against your will, and taking responsibility of the things you should not be, are like power-hungry apps that quickly drain your battery away. Boundaries are the invisible shields that protect that precious energy. They are the lines you draw which say, this is what I am comfortable with, and this is where I need to protect myself. You have to take responsibility to set the boundaries. Why are boundaries such a big deal? Because without them, you end up completely drained, resentful, and frankly, not yourself. You're basically a human doormat, letting everyone wipe their feet on you. No more. Setting boundaries isn't about being selfish or mean, it's about self-respect. You are not just teaching others how to treat you, you are setting the standards for yourself. How do we build these awesome energy shields? 1. Know your limits. Get clear on what drains you and what fuels you. Do you feel exhausted after spending time with a certain person? Is saying yes to extra commitments filling you with dread? Knowing your limits is the first step. 2. Learn to say no with confidence. This is a tough one, but crucial. No is a complete sentence. You don't need a million excuses. A simple, "Thank you for thinking of me, but I'm unable to commit to that right now," is perfectly acceptable. Practice it in front of the mirror. You can also suggest other wise alternatives. 3. Assert your needs. Don't expect people to read your mind. If you need quiet time, say so. If you need help, ask for it. Don't bottle things up and expect others to magically figure it out. For example, "Hey, I am working on something that requires great focus. I like to have a quiet time now. I will catch you up later." 4. Be consistent. Boundaries only work if you enforce them. Don't give in just to avoid conflict. Stand your ground. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but it gets easier with practice. 5. Watch out for manipulators. Some people will test your boundaries. Some people may try to test your boundaries. Don't let them manipulate you. They might use guilt or other tactics to pressure you. Stick to your guns, and remember why you set the boundary in the first place. Example you can relate: consider Mike, who is always asked to help his colleagues with their tasks after work. But Mike is now exhausted and his own work are getting delayed. He decided to set a boundary and said, "Hey, I understand that you have some tasks to complete, but I am busy right now with my commitments and will not be able to take on additional responsibilities. If you need help, you can also ask someone." Setting boundaries is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. But trust me, the peace of mind and the boosted energy levels are worth it. Start small, be clear, and be consistent. You deserve to protect your energy and live a life that aligns with your values. Go get 'em, Tiger! You've got this! Alright, champions. Get ready, because we're about to dive deep into something truly amazing: the power of connection, building meaningful relationships. Let's be real, folks. We're social creatures. We need each other. But just being around people isn't the same as genuinely connecting with them. Think of it like this. You can be in a crowded room and still feel utterly alone. That's because true connection isn't about quantity, it's about quality. So how do we build those rock-solid, soul-nourishing relationships? It starts with empathy. Put yourself in their shoes. Really listen to what they're saying, not just waiting for your turn to talk. Imagine a friend, let's call him Alex, is going through a tough time at work. Superficial communication says, "Oh, that's too bad." Meaningful communication says, "That sounds really stressful, Alex. Tell me more about what's happening. I'm here to listen." See the difference? Active listening is huge. Put down your phone, make eye contact, show them you care, ask clarifying questions, paraphrase what they've said to make sure you understand. It sounds simple, but it's powerful. Then there's trust. This is the foundation. Be honest, be reliable, keep your promises. Trust is built brick by brick, and it can be shattered in a second. Imagine you promised your colleague, let's call him John, you would help with his project. Make sure you deliver and do that with utmost honesty. That way he would genuinely trust you. And mutual respect? Absolutely vital. Everyone deserves to be treated with dignity, regardless of their background, beliefs, or anything else. Even when you disagree, you can still be respectful. Disagreeing respectfully is like saying, "Hey, I see things a little differently, but I value your perspective." Stop settling for superficial connections. Those "how's the weather" conversations are fine for passing the time, but they don't fill the void. Seek out people who you can be vulnerable with, who you can laugh with, who you can cry with. Those are the golden relationships, the ones that truly matter. Remember, you are building your tribe, your support system, your family of choice. Nurture those connections with intention and care, and watch your whole world light up. Now go out there and connect, champions, and do it with all your heart. All right, champion, let's dive headfirst into Chapter 8, Cultivating Gratitude, Finding Joy in the Everyday Moments. Listen, I get it. Life throws curveballs. It's messy, it's chaotic, and sometimes finding joy feels like searching for a needle in a haystack. But I'm here to tell you that joy isn't some elusive treasure hidden far away. It's right here, simmering in the everyday moments, waiting for you to notice it. Gratitude is the superpower that unlocks that joy. It's not about ignoring the bad stuff. It's about acknowledging the good alongside the challenges. It's about training your brain to see the silver linings, to notice the small wonders that sprinkle our lives with magic. Think about it. Did you have a warm cup of coffee this morning? Gratitude. Did someone hold the door open for you? Gratitude. Did you see a beautiful sunset? Huge gratitude. These seemingly insignificant moments, when stitched together, create the vibrant tapestry of a beautiful life. How do we cultivate this powerful trait? It's simple, my friend, and it starts with intention. Start a gratitude journal. Take just 5 minutes each day to jot down 3 things you're grateful for. Big or small, write them down. Seeing those little blessings in black and white makes them even more powerful. Instead of, "I am grateful for my family," write, "I am grateful for the smile my son gave me this morning." Gratitude walks. Instead of just walking along the street, when you are walking outside, look around, be aware, be grateful for fresh air and the greenery around you. How amazing is it that we have such stunning environments? Thank you notes. Write a note to someone who has made a difference in your life. Tell them how much you appreciate them. The act of expressing gratitude benefits you just as much as the recipient. Even if things are tough, identify one thing you are grateful, even if. For example, even if I am struggling financially, I am grateful for my health. You see, the more you focus on what you have, the less you focus on what you lack. Gratitude isn't about being happy all the time, but it's a tool for resilience, a secret serum against negativity. It's a constant reminder of how fortunate we are. You've got this. Start tiny. Find the joy in the ordinary. The world needs your shine, and guess what? You deserve to feel good. Embrace the transformative power of gratitude and watch your life blossom. You are unstoppable. All right, champions, let's talk about failure. Not in a sad, mopey way, but in a, heck yes, I just learned something amazing kind of way. Chapter 9. Embracing Failure, Learning and Growing from Your Mistakes. Listen, I'm going to tell you something straight. Failure is inevitable. It's like that uninvited guest at a party. It's going to show up eventually. The good news, you get to decide how you react. For way too long, we've been taught that failure is a bad word, a sign of weakness, a big red F on your life report card. But I'm here to tell you, that's a lie. Failure is actually a stepping stone disguised as a stumbling block. Think of Thomas Edison. Do you think he perfected the light bulb on the first try? Heck no. He failed hundreds, maybe thousands of times. But did he quit? Nope. He learned from each failure and kept going until, boom, light. So how do we transform those faceplant moments into powerful learning experiences? 1. Ditch the shame train. Seriously, hop off. Shame is a toxic emotion that paralyzes you. When you mess up, acknowledge it. Instead of saying, "I'm such an idiot," try, "Okay, that didn't go as planned. What happened?" 2. Be a detective, not a judge. Analyze what went wrong. What specific actions led to the outcome? Was it poor planning? Lack of communication? Simply taking the first step without seeking guidance? No blaming, just objective analysis. 3. Extract the gold. What lesson is buried in the mess? What will you do differently next time? Write it down. Turn that failure into a concrete plan for future success. Is it necessary to ask for help next time? Or to go through a complete project plan? 4. Embrace the yet. Maybe you didn't succeed yet. Maybe you haven't mastered that skill yet. Add that little word yet to your vocabulary. It changes everything. I can't do that becomes I can't do that yet. See the difference? 5. Celebrate the effort. Even if you didn't achieve your desired outcome, celebrate the fact that you tried. You put yourself out there. You took a risk. That's huge. Give yourself some credit. Be proud of your courage to take the first step and pat yourself on the back. Here's a quick example. Let's say John started a new marketing campaign and it completely flopped and didn't generate any leads. Instead of beating himself up, John take a deep breath and analyze. Was I clear about my target audience? Did I choose the right channels? Was my message compelling enough? He realizes that no one would be interested in the product that he is selling. From there, he now knows more about customer needs and can make better future marketing plans. See? Failure is not the end. It's a beginning, a chance to learn, grow, and become an even more awesome version of yourself. So, go out there, take risks, and don't be afraid to stumble. Embrace the F word, failure, because it's leading you to something amazing. Trust me, you've got this. Peace. All right, champions, get ready to unleash some serious inner peace. We're diving headfirst into Chapter 10, letting go of judgment, finding peace with yourself and others. Listen up, because this is a game changer. Judgment, that constant inner critic and sometimes outer critic, is like carrying around a bag of rocks. Heavy, draining, and completely unnecessary. Think about it. How often do you catch yourself thinking, "Ugh, he shouldn't have said that," or "She's doing that all wrong"? And even worse, how often are you thinking, "I messed up again"? Judgment is sneaky. It hides behind the mask of being critical or just trying to help, but really it's a fear response. We judge to feel superior, to feel safer, to avoid admitting our own vulnerabilities. It's exhausting. The truth bomb, we're all imperfect. And that's not a flaw, my friends. It's what makes us uniquely us. Instead of picking apart yourself or others, let's choose acceptance. Imagine it like this. You see a beautiful flower. Do you stand there critiquing its petals, its stem, comparing it to other flowers? No. You admire it for its unique beauty, its color, its very existence. Let's do the same for ourselves and everyone around us. How do we ditch the judgment habit? First, catch yourself in the act. Become aware of your judgmental thoughts. Second, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought actually helpful? Is it true? Probably not. Third, practice empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. What might they be going through? What experiences shaped them? Most importantly, understand that everyone is doing the best they can with what they have. Maybe even you. Imagine Tom at your office. He's always late, right? Instead of thinking, "Ugh, Tom's always so irresponsible," try thinking, "I wonder if Tom's having a tough time at home. Maybe he's struggling with something I don't know about." See the difference? This doesn't mean condoning bad behavior. It means approaching others and yourself with understanding and compassion, not condemnation. Letting go of judgment is a practice, not perfection. You'll slip up, you'll judge again. That's okay. Just acknowledge it, forgive yourself, and recommit to choosing acceptance and empathy. Every time you choose compassion over criticism, you lighten your load and create a more peaceful world, starting within yourself. Now, go out there and be that change. Shed the weight of judgment and embrace the freedom of acceptance. Your soul will thank you for it. All right, champion. Let's unleash that inner child and paint the world with joy. Get ready, because Chapter 11 is all about creativity and play, reclaiming your inner child. Listen up. When was the last time you played? I mean really played, without worrying about being productive or good at something? We get so caught up in being grown-ups, with all the responsibilities and seriousness, that we forget the magic of just messing around. Think about little Timmy, building a fort out of blankets, lost in a world of his own making. He's not worried about the fort being architecturally sound, or if it impresses anyone. He's just playing. That, my friend, is pure genius. Our inner child is the source of our creativity, our excitement, our sense of wonder. When we ignore that inner child, we become dull, rigid, and boring. So how do we reclaim this lost treasure? It's simpler than you think. Start small. Remember what you loved doing as a kid? Maybe you loved drawing, building with Legos, dancing, or singing terrible songs at the top of your lungs. Do it again. No pressure for it to be perfect. The point is to reconnect with that feeling of pure, unadulterated fun. Maybe volunteer to paint a mural at a local school to enjoy the fun. Think about it. Playing unlocks new perspectives, sparks innovation, and helps us solve problems in unexpected ways. Because when you're having fun, you're not afraid to experiment, to fail, to try something completely outrageous. So ditch the seriousness for a while. Make time for play. Let your inner child lead the way. Stop thinking and start doing. Start playing and laugh. Let that inner creative genius fly. You've got this. Now go out there and make some joyful noise. All right, champion. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Stressed? Like your mind is a runaway train? I get it. Life throws curveballs. But you, my friend, have the power to find your center, your calm, right in the middle of the storm. That's what we're diving into right now with mindfulness and meditation, finding calm in the chaos. Listen, mindfulness and meditation aren't some mystical, far-out concepts only for monks. They're practical, powerful tools you can use right now to reclaim your peace. Think of them as mental gym workouts. You wouldn't expect to run a marathon without training, would you? It's the same with your mind. It needs training too. What exactly is mindfulness? Simply put, it's paying attention to the present moment, without judgment. It's noticing the feeling of your feet on the floor, the taste of your coffee, the sound of the birds outside. We often zoom through life on autopilot, missing the beauty and the lessons right in front of us. Mindfulness is about waking up. And meditation? How does that help? Meditation is a way to train your mind to be more mindful. There are tons of different types, but the core idea is to focus your attention, often on your breath, and gently guide your mind back when it wanders. Which it will. That's okay. The point is the gentle guiding back, not achieving some perfectly empty state. Let's try it. Right now, close your eyes, if you're able to safely. Take a deep breath in, feeling your belly expand. Hold it for a second. Now, slowly exhale, letting go of any tension. Do that a few times. Notice your breath. Is it shallow or deep, fast or slow? Don't try to change it. Just observe. Listen to the sounds around you. The hum of your computer, the traffic outside, your own heartbeat. Acknowledge them without judgment. Notice any sensations in your body. The feeling of your clothes against your skin, the temperature in the room. Your mind probably wandered, right? That's perfectly normal. Gently bring your focus back to your breath, the sounds, the sensations. That's the practice. Why bother? The champion's benefits. Reduced stress and anxiety. When you're present, you're not worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. Improved focus and concentration. Training your mind to focus makes it easier to stay on task. Increased self-awareness. You start to notice your thoughts, feelings, and reactions, giving you more control over them. Boosted creativity. A calm mind is a more creative mind. Enhanced relationships. When you're truly present with others, you connect on a deeper level. Getting started. Small steps. Huge impact. Start small. Even 5 minutes a day can make a difference. Use guided meditations. There are tons of apps and online resources to guide you. Be patient with yourself. It takes practice. Don't get discouraged if your mind wanders. It will. Incorporate mindfulness into your daily life. Pay attention to the taste of your food, the feeling of the sun on your skin, the sound of your laughter. You have the power to find your center, your peace, right in the middle of the chaos. Take a deep breath, champion, and start your journey to a calmer, more mindful you. You got this. All right, champions. Buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into something powerful. Forgiveness. Chapter 13. Forgiveness, Releasing the Weight of the Past. Friends, are you dragging a suitcase filled with rocks behind you? Those rocks are resentment, anger, and bitterness. The souvenirs from past hurts. Guess what? You don't have to carry them. Forgiveness isn't about saying what happened was okay. Absolutely not. It's about unclasping those heavy rocks and letting them tumble away. It's about your freedom, your peace. Think of it like this. Imagine your friend Alex accidentally spills coffee on your new shirt. You're furious. You yell, feel betrayed, and hold on to that anger. Now you can stay angry. You can rehash how much the shirt cost, how careless Alex was, and stew in your bitterness. But what's that doing? Is Alex even thinking about it anymore? Maybe not. You're just poisoning yourself. Or you can choose to forgive. Forgiveness isn't about saying Alex was right to spill the coffee. It's about saying, okay, it happened. It's done. I'm choosing to move on. Forgiveness is a choice, not a feeling. You might not feel like forgiving someone. That's perfectly normal. But you can choose to release the hold that anger has on you. It's a decision to disentangle yourself from the drama. And listen up, this goes double for forgiving yourself. Did you mess up? Did you make a mistake? Of course you did. We all do. Beating yourself up doesn't change the past. It only robs your present. Forgive yourself, learn the lesson, and move forward a wiser, stronger version of you. How do you actually do it? Start small. Acknowledge the hurt. Name the emotion. Then, consciously choose to let go. Repeat as needed. It might take time, it might be hard, but it's worth it. You are worth feeling lighter, freer, and more at peace. So ditch the suitcase of resentment, my friends. Choose forgiveness. Choose you, because you deserve to live a life unburdened by the past. Now go out there and shine. All right, champions, let's talk purpose. This is it. Chapter 14. Living a Purposeful Life. Discovering your unique gifts and sharing them with the world. Buckle up, because this is where we turn all that self-discovery into action. For too long, society told us to chase money, titles, things, but deep down, your soul knows there's more. A life lived only for yourself? It's like running a marathon with your shoes tied together, frustrating and ultimately unfulfilling. Purpose isn't some grand, earth-shattering destiny only the chosen few discover. No. Purpose is the intersection of your unique gifts and the needs of the world. It's about identifying what makes you tick, and then using that to make someone else's life a little bit brighter. How do we find these gifts, you ask? First, ditch the idea that you need to be Mozart or Picasso. Think smaller, more every day. What do people always ask you for help with? Is it cooking, writing, making people laugh, fixing computers? These are clues, those effortless talents. They're your superpowers. Next, ask yourself, what breaks your heart? What injustice makes you furious? Animal cruelty, hunger, loneliness? Because where your heart breaks, that's where your purpose often lies. Let's say, for instance, that John is a fantastic listener. People just naturally open up to him. And he's heartbroken by the amount of loneliness he sees in the elderly community. Boom! There's his purpose. He could volunteer at a nursing home, start a pen pal program, or even just dedicate 1 hour a week to calling a lonely neighbor. Simple, but powerful. Sharing creates a ripple effect, an wave of good in the world. Remember, you don't need to start a nonprofit. Maybe you bake yummy treats for your colleagues, or you share your knowledge on blog. Maybe you're just a beacon of positivity, consistently encouraging those around you. Living a purposeful life isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's a daily choice to align your actions with your values and give your unique gifts to the world. It won't always be easy. There will be days you question yourself, days you feel like you're not making a difference. But keep going. Trust the process. The world needs what you have to offer. Embrace your unique gifts, find your passion, and go out there and make some magic happen. You got this. Okay, friend. Let's light a fire under this final chapter. Buckle up. We're talking about forever. Chapter 15. The Journey Continues. Embracing Imperfection as a Lifelong Practice. Listen, this isn't some one-and-done deal. Embracing imperfection? It's a marathon, not a sprint. You've learned so much, put things into practice, saw results. But the world won't stop throwing curveballs. Life happens. Your old perfectionist self might start whispering again. That's okay. Expect it. The key is to recognize it. Think of it like this. Learning to ride a bike. You don't just ride it once and become a pro, right? You wobble, you fall, you get back up, and eventually you ride smoother, but you might still scrape a knee now and then. How do we stay on this incredible path? Here are a few nudges in the right direction. Little reminders, big impact. Daily check-in, morning or night. Ask yourself, am I being kind to myself today? If the answer is a shaky maybe, adjust. Imperfection alerts. Notice that tense feeling when you try to control everything? That's your perfectionism alarm going off. Respond with compassion and self-forgiveness. Celebrate small wins. Did you mess up and apologize? Big win. Did you say no to something that drained you? High five. Acknowledge the progress. Reconnect with your why. Remember why you started this journey. Keep that vision of a more authentic, joyful you close to your heart. This journey is about growth, not becoming a robot. You'll have days when you nail it, days when you stumble, and days when you completely forget everything we've talked about. The most important thing is that you choose yourself every single day and try again. Keep showing up, learning, and growing. This isn't the end of the story, friend. It's just the beginning of your beautiful, imperfect, and absolutely incredible life. Now go out there and shine.